U.S. department store Kohl's has been on something of a tear this year. The stock up almost 40%, far outperforming the S&P 500. As the company launches its holiday shopping campaign, Bloomberg's Emma Chandra sat down with Kohl's CEO Michelle Goss. They kick things off with an update on Kohl's pilot with Amazon, where customers can return Amazon products in Kohl's stores.
Still very much characterize this as a pilot. We have expanded modestly, so now we are in LA, Chicago, and we recently expanded into Wisconsin. So we're about 100 stores as it relates to where customers can bring their returns into Kohl's. And it's a great benefit to customers because they don't have to package it up. It's free. They don't have to ship it out. All they need to do is bring in their goods, and it's a very seamless process. You know, when we started this, one of the first things we wanted to test was, would the whole operation work, and would customers use it? So feel like we've checked that box pretty well. Now we need to make sure that the entire proposition for both us and Amazon is a sustainable idea for the long term. And that's why we're taking our time to test it.
But are you seeing that it might be driving traffic? Are you having more people come into Kohl's stores because they can return an Amazon product?
You know, we're still in the throes of the analysis. Again, we do our homework around this. We're up now against a very important season for holiday where there'll be lots of packages out there. So that'll be a true test for us. Like I said, what I can tell you
is
you
might be making a definitive decision after holiday.
I can't say that, but you know, I do want to get this holiday behind us. I know Amazon does too, and so we'll look to hopefully sometime next year. And to your question, we do have customers using it. I think the opportunity is it enough of them, and then does the whole economic model work for both Amazon and us?
Do you think if you continue with it, it's something that is going to help diversify your customer base? You've spoken before about wanting to encourage more millennials to shop at Kohl's.
Yeah, so that's a great question, and we are deep in the throes of studying that as well. I am hopeful that it will do just that and broaden our customer base.
Now, I think half of your capex for 2018 has been devoted to IT. How much of that is about driving the online customer and indeed the online customer when it comes to mobile?
That's a great question. Technology is really fueling everything we're doing. Certainly a big portion of it is fueling the digital experience, and that's mobile first for us, but we're also investing a lot in our stores. We have a lot of innovation happening both back of house to help our associates be smarter about their store, and then also front of house. Like we just started testing self-checkout, which makes it really convenient. That's just in 2 stores, but if that works, I could see rolling that out. It's also, we're in a big investment in marketing. Big strategy for us in marketing is personalization, especially as we start talking about segments like the core customer, millennial customer. They might want different things. So you need to have the data, big data as they call it, and then you also need to have the machine-based learning to serve up the content that's going to be relevant to those unique customers.
So is the store customer still perhaps more important to you than the digital customer at the moment? Do you see the digital share of sales increasing to a greater number than, I think it's at 15-16% at the moment? How high could that go?
Yeah, they're both important. I mean, critically important. Clearly today, the majority of our sales happen in our stores, but we see digital as a growth engine. It's a growth engine not only in its own right, but it's also a great avenue to attract new customers.
And are you doing anything in particular when it comes to holiday to attract or to compete for that customer online? There's a lot of people who are trying to drive people not only to their stores, but also to their websites.
Yes. And again, for us, I believe Kohl's wins when we have the customer engaging with both channels. And we have a lot of things we're doing around that, like buy online, pick up in store. Now we have buy online, ship to store to make most of our inventory available to pick up in the store. But in terms of actually reaching the customer digitally, one of the things I'll tell you is from a marketing standpoint, we're leaning in even more into digital channels. So this year at holiday time, 50% of our spend will be digital. And that's the highest we've been.
And when you're leaning in, are you talking about advertising more on social media, that type of thing?
We are, yeah. It's all forms of digital. It's search, it's social media. We have some real fun partnerships with things like Pinterest. So across multiple channels, I think it's a really thoughtful plan.